3940924. That's the number to call for the Call Flo Radio Show. Good morning. I am Chris Wood, and joining me on the other mic is Noah Massage. Good morning, Noah.
Hey, good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
I'm doing better.
Good to hear.
Better, yeah.
Glad to hear your arm's doing what?
Yeah,
better.
the wrist is feeling a little bit better each day, so that's nice to do. That's a nice feeling.
To feel, yeah.
Yeah, it takes me about a second shorter time to get ready.
Yeah, well, it's got to keep chipping away at it, I guess.
Keep chipping away at it. That's right. I did oversleep a little bit this morning.
I heard you were stuck in a dream.
I was stuck in
right?
a dream,
yeah.
yes. You know, I heard the clock go off at 6 o'clock. I have several clocks that chime.
Sure.
But they don't chime at the same time. But I know which ones are keeping better time than the rest.
Yeah.
I love clocks. Anyway, so it went off at 6 o'clock, and then I thought, oh, well, I got up at 6:20,
2 minutes,
something like that.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm in the middle of the stream, and I'm thinking, I should get out of the stream because I think I'm going to be late.
Yeah. Yes.
And it wasn't too bad, but anyway, I was up and out.
Let me ask you, do you have one of those clocks with the two bells on the top that it's like one of those classic?
No.
Yeah.
No. Used to have the old Big Ben.
Yes.
It's a little baby Ben clock. You remember those?
I have seen those. I've seen pictures of those.
Yeah, probably in an antique shop or something.
Yeah.
had those. Yeah.
Those are cool.
Yeah. But do you have a clock, an alarm that goes off, or does your device, your speaker device?
I kind of use my phone for most of that.
Oh, a phone. Okay.
But like I grew up with an alarm. I grew up with it was a radio / like cassette player. I had a cassette player on top. Yeah. Two big speakers, and I think it was like a Casio or something like that. One of those. Yeah. And anyways, that was my alarm clock for many, many years until I just switched to my phone, which is kind of more convenient, I think. But I love clocks. I got nothing bad to say about clocks.
Good.
You know?
I've got several that I have to wind. Mm-hmm. And a couple of them are quartz powered as well.
I have a cuckoo clock in my house.
I do too.
And they're pretty cool.
I have a cuckoo clock and a cat clock. You remember those old cat clocks that
when
the tail wags, their eyes
I
move?
kind of want one of those. I think those are very cool. Yeah.
My parents had an electric one in the kitchen for years and years and years, and it's a Kit Kat clock, I think is what they call it. But anyway, they're fun. And it really makes me mad when the tail doesn't move. And I put the battery in, and you have to have them arranged, so they're level to where the tails will go. Anyway, we've got a caller, and we'll say good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
And you are too.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Henry. How are you?
All right. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I heard about a guy who tried to throw a boxing match, but it was a heavyweight, and he couldn't throw it.
Okay.
Weighed too much.
Way too much, yep.
Yeah, speaking of boxing, they said this fellow wouldn't go around with a married woman unless he could go 2 rounds with her husband.
Okay.
But in the 3rd round, the boxing match was struck and went out like a light.
Okay.
Someone asked me told me one time that they went in a store and the guy asked the clerk, "Do you sell chewing gum?" And the clerk said, "Our gum doesn't chew. You have to do the chewing."
Okay. All right.
That makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Kind of, yeah.
That's
Yeah. Every Wednesday, the cows would get together and have a good bull session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Traffic was heavy, so the bull blew his horn.
All right.
All right. Now, this requires a little thinking.
Uh-oh.
No, he could not spell the word correctly.
Uh-huh.
In fact, he could not even spell it incorrectly. Think about that. He
Okay.
couldn't spell it correctly
Uh-huh.
and couldn't even spell it incorrectly.
Okay. Gotcha.
That's a deep one there.
That's deep. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about a fellow was so upset you could hear his eyeball.
Now, he was so upset you could hear his eyeball?
Yeah, it was just bawling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. A little slow this morning.
Okay. The so couple love playing cards. They even shuffled when they walked.
Okay. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't very funny, but it makes a certain amount of sense.
Mm-hmm.
At least 20 or 25 times we spoke at Sunday service at the Holly Manor Nursing Home.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, because this usually involved people who were closer to the end of life, and so my topic would always be, fear not, it is I.
Mm-hmm.
So I would tell about the many times that Jesus would say, fear not, or don't be afraid. So every time I spoke there, I used that subject.
Mm-hmm.
And the families of the residents at the nursing home would tell me how much it brought peace to their loved ones there. In fact, I noticed that even the workers would make notes about that.
Mm-hmm.
And one Sunday, Winston Noel, William Scott,
Mm-hmm.
and a resident I did not know, after the service, told me how the message encouraged them. That was on a Sunday. On Tuesday morning, I looked at the local news rack, and all three of them had died on Monday.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, and I cried out to God. I said, did I say something wrong? And the Holy Spirit said to me, they needed to hear that. All right, later, Nancy Noel told me that her husband, Winston, used to be afraid of death. But she said that message took away any fear that he had. And he was no longer afraid of death because the best was yet to come.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord kept saying, don't be afraid, don't be afraid. So, anyway, I thought, how the Lord can use the word.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
So to bring peace, do away with fear.
Right.
Right. So that's something we all need to be reminded of.
Mm-hmm. And thank you for reminding us.
Beg pardon?
I said thank you for reminding us.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, anybody has a prayer need or want to talk to me about this or that, my number is 414-0096.
Okay.
414-0096.
All right.
Okay, and I hope to share some things with you tomorrow.
All right, Henry. We'll look forward to it.
Okay, thank you all. God
thank
bless.
you. All right, bye-bye. All right, that was Henry with his words of wisdom.
Yeah, and a
words
little
of
comedy.
comfort, and a little comedy, yes.
Little jokes,
Yeah, little one-liners there, plays on words.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Eyeball.
Eyeball, that's
Yeah,
right.
That's a
You
good,
could hear his
good
eyeball.
one. It's,
Okay,
Yeah.
I remember that one. Let's talk about names.
All right, Chris. I like the name Christine. I gotta say, I like your name.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's a classy name.
Thank you.
It's a great one.
Yeah, do you reckon it suits me all right?
I think it does. Yeah, I think it does.
I think there's other names, that might suit me better, but
Yeah. I always like the name Harold.
Harold?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Harold. It's just like, I don't know.
Okay.
Harold, I don't know. It's a very kind of like old-fashioned name.
It's very old-fashioned.
I would love to name a baby Harold. Imagine like a 5-year-old with a name like Harold. Like that's a 60-year-old's name with like a mortgage and like debts he's still paying off. For like a 5-year-old though, just have that name, Harold.
All right. Well, we'll go back.
Oh, sure.
We're going to go back. We're going to go back 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Or 50 years, I should say.
Sure.
50 years. Not 20, but 50 years. 1975. That was 50 years ago.
Wow.
Now, 50 years ago in 1975, the most popular baby names in the United States were, for boys, the number 5 name was David. Okay? The number 4 came in at James. You could put Harold in there if you wanted to. But number 3 was Christopher. And number 2 was Jason. And the number one name was Michael.
Interesting.
Okay? So that's 50 years ago. And, those names are pretty popular today as well.
Yeah.
For girls, number 5 was Angela. Number 4, Melissa. Number 3 was Heather. Number 2 was Amy. And the number 1 girl name was Jennifer.
Oh.
So after 50 years, this is pretty much popular, names now as well. So, yeah. What we should do is look up the most popular names for 2024. Why don't you do that?
Sure,
Baby
yeah,
names. Yeah. I remember when my daughter, Laura, had her daughter, Lila, and they couldn't figure out a name for her. So they wanted like Camilla and something like that. I said, if this little baby goes out with the name Camilla, and I'm sorry if any of you out there named Camilla, I apologize, but this baby was not going to be named Camilla.
Yeah.
Or, Carol, like I said. Welsh, I'm Welsh, part Welsh. And so they decided with a little push for Lila Bren. And of course, the Bren name is Welsh. So the first name was always going to be Lila. That's just all there was to it. So they spell it Lylah.
Oh.
And Bren is Brynne.
Interesting.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah.
Laura's a good name.
Well, I like Laura,
Yeah,
too.
Laura's a very good name.
Yeah, that was back in the 70s when, excuse me, Kermit's misbehaving himself. Laura Ashley was a popular brand name for things like fabrics and stuff like that. So, yeah, her name was going to be Laura Ashley.
Very good.
Ashlee. Yeah. So, but anyway.
Well, I do have some popular. This is from the Social Security. This is a government website, Social Security Administration .gov. So this is legit.
This is pretty official.
Yeah. So they have the top 10.
Okay.
But do you want me to just read the top 5?
It doesn't matter. We've got plenty of time.
All right. So where do you want to start, Chris?
Let's go. Let's start at the bottom, number 10.
Okay, number 10, male or female?
Let's go with male first.
Okay. William. I always hated that name. I always hated the name William. I don't know where that stems from, but I just.
Well, he's going to be nicknamed Bill.
Yeah, maybe. That's a possibility for sure. A possibility.
Right.
The second number coming in at number 9, Lucas.
Lucas. Okay.
Yeah. Elijah is number 8. Is it Mateo? Mateo? Mateo?
I think it would be Mateo.
Mateo coming in at number 7.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Henry
Henry.
coming in at number 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. James. And James was on the 1975 list as well, right?
No, Jason was on this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, James was on. Yeah. It was number 4 there.
So that one's been kind of circulating for a while,
around.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Theodore coming in at number 4.
Okay.
Number 3, Oliver.
Oliver.
Number 2, Noah. And number 1, Liam. Like Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting list.
Yeah. You have some with Bible names and some with
Several
Irish
Bible names,
and yeah, that's pretty cool.
Interesting, for sure.
All right, let's go with the girls.
All right, so for the ladies, sorry, there's Sophia, which I always like that name. I thought that's
Sophia's very, very nice name.
Evelyn is number 8. Number 9 is Ava, by the way.
Ava. I like
Yeah.
Ava.
Ava's an interesting one. Number 7, Isabel. Oh, you're good.
Isabel. All right.
And so, hold on. Number 6, Sophia.
Sophia. Is it Sophie or
So
Sophia?
Sophia. Okay, sorry. Sophia for number 6. Sophie for number 10.
Okay.
My apologies.
It's okay.
But actually, wait, is it because so number 10, Sophia is Sophia, right?
Right.
And then number 6 is Sophia, Sophia.
Interesting.
So I guess it's just it's the same name, just different way to spell it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So 2 Sophias.
Wow.
Yeah. Mia coming in at number 5.
Mia or Maya? Mia.
Mia.
Okay.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
number 4. Number 3, Amelia.
Amelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, Emma, and then number 1, Olivia.
Olivia.
Yeah. So
Okay. So those are not on the list
No.
for 1975, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like the name of Madeline. I like Madeline.
Madeline's a cool name.
Yeah.
Do you have any names that you despise or just don't like the sound of at all, Chris? There's gonna be like a name that you've heard before, and you're like, I would never name anything that.
Cordella.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just
You
thought
just don't
it
like.
up.
Okay.
Yeah. There are some names, but some people might be offended.
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from.
Right. Like, I can't say it.
Oh, Chris, you were
No,
so
I can't
close.
say it.
Oh man,
No.
you were so close.
No,
I think you're speaking honesty. I mean, honestly, I think the thing is some people like these names, some people don't, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
sharing your opinion, which is important and valuable. It's not the
Okay,
end all.
Ethel.
Ethel, you don't like the name Ethel?
No, I don't like Ethel.
That's the
Well, that was my grandmother's name, as a matter of
Interesting.
fact.
Yeah.
Ethel Prather
Wow.
was her name. She was the one who saved my life, actually. She
Oh,
was
wow.
the Army nurse. And she looked like an Army nurse.
Hmm.
She was quite formidable.
Mm-hmm.
And you had to follow her orders.
Oh wow.
Or you wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley, let's put it that way.
Wow.
Anyway,
All right.
sorry, grandmother. But
No. She's. I'm sure that's. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. It's you're just sharing your opinion. That's the same name as Lucy's neighbor in I Love Lucy,
Oh, really?
right? Ethel.
Ethel.
I
yeah,
think so.
Yeah.
Fred and Ethel. I'm pretty
Fred
sure.
and Ethel, yeah.
So
I just wouldn't name my child
yeah.
that.
Would you name an animal that name?
No.
Would you name like you wouldn't name anything that way?
No.
that name?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, Chris,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the name Attila, by the way. I bring this up so often, but I just think it's the greatest name.
Okay.
All right,
You
sorry.
still haven't changed your mind.
No, I have not changed my mind about that. And notice how it's not on this list.
I know.
It's a very underground name. It's not a household name.
It would be interesting to find out
Yeah.
if it was on the list of names, period.
Yeah, I bet nobody named their child Attila in the year 2024.
I'll bet. I'd be willing to make a bet on that.
Yeah, which is such a...
If anybody knows anybody out there named Attila, please give us a call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I just think it sounds great.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite names.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. It's 27 minutes after 8 o'clock. We're working on a Thursday.
That's right.
This 22nd day, I think,
22nd. Yep,
yeah,
that's right. Hey,
of,
Chris,
of May.
let me ask you. So it's Thursday. You got any plans for the weekend?
For this weekend, no. I'm just going to do what I want to do. I'm going to rest and, get this wrist
Recovered and feeling
recovered.
better.
And yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I don't have any real big plans for anything.
Yeah.
Because I really can't do a whole lot. I might go to a movie.
Okay, yeah. That's always a good option when.
That's right, when you can't do anything else.
Well, yeah, when you're recovering
When
from
we're,
something.
recovering.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm doing fine.
That's good.
My brother's doing okay, Mikey.
And you also had a similar surgery? Or
No, he did not have a similar surgery.
sorry.
His surgery was on his sinuses.
Oh, got you.
Yeah, they went in and they removed some cysts from his sinus cavity. They scraped out all of this infection and gunk that was up there. Then they did an antibiotic flushing.
Wow.
All of that. So,
It's a lot.
yeah, it was a lot. So, but he's doing well. He's doing as well as can be expected. It's going to take a little while for his recovery. But anyway, hopefully everybody's praying for him, and because he's quite a character.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Did I tell you what he said Monday night before I had my surgery?
No.
He said that when he went in to have his carpal tunnel surgery, and this was years ago, because he worked on computers, he worked at the Navy shipyard, drawing up plans for submarines and stuff like that. So he was, he had carpal tunnel pretty bad. So he asked the doctor, "Why can't you do both hands at the same time?" And the doctor looked at Debbie, his wife, and he asked Debbie, "How much do you love your husband?" And he asked Mike, "How much do you love your wife?" To have both of them done at the same time. And Mike said, or Debbie said, I love him, but I don't love him that much."
Yeah.
Some function she would have to do.
Exactly. Yeah, I get where you're going with that. Yeah.
Anyway, that was funny. Well, we've talked ourselves down to the bottom of the hour. So we are going to get to the weather forecast. The weather forecast is sponsored at this time by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading, located at 2113 Cumberland Road in Farmville.
Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading has been helping to build Southside and Central Virginia since 1960, providing all excavation, general contracting, and hauling needs. 5 miles north of Farmville, 2113 Cumberland Road, at the intersection of 45 and Range Tavern Road. Call 392-6010 or stop by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading.
Okay, let's get to the weather forecast for Southside and Central Virginia for today. Oh, that's a beautiful forecast, by the way. We'll see lots of sunshine today with a high near 75 degrees, west winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 24 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 50. And for Friday, sunny with a high near 71. West winds on Friday from 8 to 14, gusting as high as 23 miles per hour. So it will be another breezy day on Friday. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 46. For Saturday, sunny with a high near 74 degrees with a west wind at 5 to 8 miles per hour. And for Saturday night, mostly clear with a low around 46. Now, Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 74. Sunday night, a chance of showers after 8 o'clock. Mostly cloudy with a low around 52 with your chance of rain at 40%. Let's check our weather stats here. And we've got humidity at 81%, our barometric pressure at 29.80 inches. We can expect, we do have a little bit of wind outside from the west-southwest at around 8 miles per hour. We did have a low this morning of 57 degrees. We're now sunny and 62 degrees. So it's going to be a nice day. Nice day. nice Friday, nice weekend, and so everybody try to get out there and enjoy it. That's your weather forecast brought to you by Harold W. Collins Clearing and Grading. Give them a call at 434-392-6010. We've got our birthday and perhaps anniversary calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street in Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
All right, that's our cue for the birthday calendar, and Noah Massage here with us. He's shuffling papers over there. Going to get to our birthdays, perhaps anniversaries.
Yes, indeed, Chris.
Take it away.
All right, so we have for May 22nd 2 birthdays. But this just means they're all the more special. We have Hunter. Let's see here. Hunter Cundiff and Rhonda Gale Edis Hammonds.
Okay.
It's all one name.
That's all one name.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 birthdays.
2 birthdays for today. That's it?
That's it, Chris.
Okay. All right. Of course, we wish everybody celebrating happy birthday today. I hope you have a great celebration or happy anniversary, and tell them, our wonderful audience out there, how they can get those things to us.
Sure, they can email them to birthdays@wflo.net. They can call them in at 434-394-0924, or you can go to our website under the On-Air Mentions page and submit birthdays directly from our website.
Okay.
Different ways of doing that.
All right. Okay, and this edition of the birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it's not right, they'll make it right. Call 434-392-2802. It's 8:35. We do have open lines. And, excuse me, we're going to go ahead and see about our, we don't have our celebrity birthdays up. But you do have Longwood University basketball.
Oh, I had that up this morning. I was going to read sports, but I didn't see anything new. That
Okay.
I think I can get it this way.
Okay. All right. Let's see if we can pull all that stuff up.
Yeah.
And while that's loading, tell us if you have some plans for the weekend, Noah.
Oh, well, I'm going to Maryland this weekend for the wedding, so I'll be leaving Friday and coming back Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I'm going to spend the weekend kind of in Maryland.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll run into first-time caller. No,
who's going to take care of Jeffrey?
That's a great question. I still need to check with my parents and or sister. I haven't brought it up at all yet. I meant to much earlier.
Okay.
But
well, you better bring it up.
I should. Yeah, time is ticking.
And get yourself a kitty cat crate.
Yeah.
Crate.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a caller here.
Right.
Good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
Good morning, Chris. How y'all doing this morning?
Oh, we're doing fine, Fred. How are you doing?
Did you get a good rain at your house?
Yeah, it rained relatively nice for a short time. But yeah, everything was nice and wet this morning.
I believe I got to go to the other room. I'm picking up my radio a little bit this morning.
Oh, okay. All right.
I got right at 8/10.
8/10 of an inch. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Real good rain, real good, making the grass grow. And I tell you, we really had some spring temperatures this year.
Yep, we really have, and I welcome.
Cool mornings.
Yep, cool mornings.
I got under my little thin blanket this morning before daylight.
Yeah, it was that chilly, and it's going to be chilly for the next couple of nights.
Yeah.
They said the next 9 days we will not have no 80-degree weather.
Okay. Well.
That's what I heard on TV this morning.
Well, that suits all right. We're having a late spring.
I'm not going to complain about it.
No
The high
way.
temperature's probably around the corner.
That's right. I know. Well, we're just loving hearing from you. So, how's everything going? How's your wife, Carol?
She's doing pretty good. She's getting around pretty good. She's staying with her daughter, for a while, but she's getting around right good. They got a little bit bigger, wider home, and she gets with a walker. She can get around a whole lot better in there.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
These
that's.
single wides, they were so wide coming down the hallway.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Well,
Well,
I'm doing better. I worked on my electric fence box yesterday trying to keep the deer out the garden. I don't know whether it's going to work or not because they can jump pretty high.
do you know that the deer already got to my hosta? Already. That the hosta didn't even get up to its full bloom. It's because I've got the large hostas. They came through and just ate them right off the stems. I'm so angry.
I'll tell you, they just look like and they got plenty of grass. I left strips of grass the other day where I was cutting grass, had some wild clover in it. I said, well, that'll take care of the deer. Them rifles right over into the native vine. They went.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And they bite the tops out, Chris, and that just ruins the native plant.
Oh, I know. Well, if I've got
It won't do nothing when they do that.
Yeah, I've got my 2 tomato plants fenced in, and so they really can't get to them. I'm
I believe if you had them inside your house and had the door open, the deer would come on in the house and eat them.
You're probably right.
They ain't very scared.
No, they're
Throw your
not
hands
scared.
Up, they shoo, and they'll turn around and look at you sometime before they run.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah.
get more, and squirrels, Lord in mercy me. I ain't never seen so many of them things.
Yep.
And they're eating the walnuts off the trees, and they ain't even started to grow to get no size to them.
Oh,
They act like they're starving.
I didn't realize that squirrels ate walnuts. They do. Well, I guess they could eat just about anything. They can eat through metal.
Yeah.
I mean, they ain't even know what field out, the bugs yet, and they get them off the trees now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they'll get a green matey off the vine and eat it.
Wow.
I tell you well, so much of the woodland done been cut. They just squirrels have done really populated over the years. They done come into everybody's yards around their house.
I know. They eat on my house. They eat on my cabin.
Do they?
Yes.
Yeah. I tell you, they're hungry. Well, anyway, y'all have a good weekend and
All right,
enjoy
Fred.
this weather.
Thanks. We love you.
And I expect people that goes to the beach this Memorial Day, they like to shiver because the temperatures ain't going to get much higher than 70.
Yeah, I know, and they're calling for rain too. So
I think they took it out for Sunday, I believe.
for Sunday, but I was talking about Monday.
I think Tuesday's the main day now they're talking about rain.
Okay.
Unless they change it back. They've been back and forth with it. They can't get the forecast exactly right, I don't believe.
I know. This is Virginia. That's right.
Anyway, y'all have a good one.
All right,
nice
Fred.
talking to you this
All
morning.
right. Nice talking to you too. We love you. Take care.
Bye.
Love y'all. All right, bye-bye.
All right.
That was, Fred.
Fred.
The one and only
The
Fred.
one and only Fred Hines. Sounds like his old self again.
Yes, he does.
I'm so glad he's back. He's such a sweet guy. Our time is 8:41. We have open lines again at 434-394-0924. So what were we talking about?
That's a great question. That is a great question. I think we got another phone call.
We have
coming
another
up.
phone call. All right. Maybe they'll remind us
Was
what we
it
were talking about.
names?
Could be. Good morning. You're on the Call Flo Show.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning, man.
Oh, good morning, Virginian. The Virginian, that should be your name.
All right.
All right. What are some of your favorite names?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, me, I think I would like an initial or a name like Stryker. Hey, Stryker.
Okay.
Or even FTC.
FTC?
First time.
Yeah.
First time caller. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got a tattoo.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my gal hates it.
Oh, that's funny. So, what are your plans? Are you working today?
Around the house, yeah. We have company coming in, so I'm taking the today and tomorrow to kind of. I've been working, and it's been things have been neglected, I guess is a nice word.
Yeah, I
I'm
understand.
just going to get caught up.
The garden's a mess. No.
The gardens and
Oh.
everything, the lawn. Yeah, just
Do you have your garden under fenced in?
One of them. I have one in the pasture because it's the most sun, and it's good. It's a big fence on it, and it just to keep the goats out.
Oh, keep the goats out. And it also probably keeps the deer out.
Well, we have electric fence.
Oh, okay.
So when we had the horses, they just kept the fence running, and but the goats. What was it? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I was finishing on the planting. Mm-hmm. And then Mom says, there's a goat in your garden.
Oh.
I know. It was, I
Didn't
ran
even
over
wait.
and the one, holy cow.
Oh.
Some were totally gone, but one was just the tops were hanging off, topped a bunch of the tomato plants. And
Oh, my.
then I have a soaker hose that was hooked up and chewed that in half. And,
Well, it's not funny. I'm sorry.
You just have to, you just have to giggle because they're just kids, and they're like, he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
They don't know what
They
they
don't
did.
know. Yeah.
No, heck no.
Oh, well.
But they Noah, they do have there is a Attila the Hun.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's kind of where I pulled the name from. But I mean, I think that name would be a beautiful name for a young little girl or a young laddie, as they call them. I think it's just a name that works for both sex, and it's just it's a strong name. It's got it's kind of classy. It's uncommon, which I think is cool. I don't know.
It's really uncommon.
They have. I guess if you're thinking about your kid's future, as an adult, and they have names that are, I guess, power names, and the specific way they have to sound and how many letters they need, and I guess if you're looking for your kid's future, there are names that you would choose to, I don't know, give you.
Make them sound more aristocratic, or
maybe just more powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of Attila Massage.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, Attila Massage.
And what's more, powerful than a great pillager like Attila the Hun? It's classic.
Huh.
No, I'm not.
She'll have dark hair and green eyes and a nice smile and a good personality.
Yeah.
So we'll change the persona of Attila.
Sure, yeah. There you go.
To a nicer persona.
To something nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody will just abbreviate it.
Okay, how would you do that? Till?
Hey, or just Till.
Or Till.
Tilly.
Tilly. Yeah.
Then you take this cool name and turn it into
Yeah. How do you like that, Noah?
I would disown my child. I'm not even kidding. I would stop talking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or La, or Leah, or At.
If they wanted to be called Tilly, I'm done with it.
No,
I'm done with them.
That's what you have to face. You know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have good faith that my hypothetical child would do the right thing, and
she would turn around and say,
name.
"My name is not Tilly.
Yeah,
my name is Attila."
Yeah.
Oh man.
And that's the way it goes. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Did you catch all those shootings in Bel Air last night, gang related? Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
They were talking about
You
this
came
church, and I'm like,
at
that's
me
not
and-
where Noah's going.
You came at me in left field, FTC. Come on.
Funny. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's great.
No.
You're
so you
joking
gotta
about
back
that,
the
right?
beat.
That's not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
going there this weekend, It's
Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
So you're going to be having friends in for the holiday, right?
Yeah,
Family.
we have a family member, I guess what would you call it, a sibling and her spouse. Mm-hmm. So yes, they're going to be visiting.
Uh-huh. And you're going to cook out, or what do you you're going to have good food, vegetarian food, or what are you going to do?
There are people that don't eat anything that you like. You're not even sure what they eat. If they just eat bread and butter and water.
Ooh.
But you have those kinds of people. Oh, I don't like that. We don't ever eat that, and so I haven't the slightest idea. So I'm just leaving it up to the others.
Oh, okay.
To decide.
Okay.
I couldn't even guess.
Okay. It sounds like a logical decision. Yep. Just be surprised, right?
Yeah, it's almost like it turns it into work almost.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, when we went on vacation, everybody's having a good vacation, but I do all the cooking and the making up the beds and all that stuff. But they had a good time. They always have a good time. Yeah. But anyway.
And then you worked, huh?
Sure. Make sure everybody else has a good time.
Yes. There you go. Yeah, there's some internal satisfaction.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. Anyway.
But, in fact, speaking of the holiday and people coming in and out, this is something that drives me crazy. When somebody that you haven't seen in a long time says, "Hey, man, what you been up to?" And you're like, and you're looking at them like, when am I supposed to start it? What date do you want me to start?
It's just a line. Yeah. It's just it's just a type of greeting that is supposedly accepted.
Oh, you don't think it's information searching, just prying? I wonder what he's been up to.
Oh, no. No, I don't think so. No. Nothing like that. But, you could really wig them out if you started, if you started telling them, going back certain, times and dates and stuff, and do you have a half an hour? I bet you they wouldn't ask anybody, "Hey, what you been doing?" Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the woods yesterday evening, and I saw a box turtle burying eggs. Probably about 2 years ago, I saw the same thing, but in a slightly different area.
Uh-huh.
I mean, physically right there, laying them. And I'm like, that is like...
That's pretty cool.
It is. How often? That's like, I never thought I would catch that.
Yeah. I have to...
That was a real treat.
I have to keep Idgie away from the forest. Of course, that's hard to do since I live in the forest. But she's can smell a turtle from a half a mile away, it seems like. So I have to really watch her because she likes to put them in her mouth. And
isn't that interesting? We have one that does that.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like he is out to kill it or something. Just
Yeah.
That is.
She'll carry it around. She's just so proud. She'll carry it around for a couple miles, I guess.
Yes. Yes, I find that interesting.
Yeah, and she knows how to flip them, too. Upside down,
Like you're flipping an egg on a pan?
Yeah, just like that. So I just have to be very careful because turtles are, they're very important to the environment.
Yes, it's a real challenge nowadays, and they don't run too very fast.
I was going to Blackstone on 360 on Sunday, and I saw something in the road, and it was a huge. Looked like a snapping turtle. I mean, the shell was at least 8 to 10 inches wide, and it was just lumbering across the road, the highway. I thought, good luck.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes you see them just on the side of the road, getting ready to enter, and you're like traffic behind you and traffic on the other side, and you're like, you poor guy.
Well, I have stopped, especially for the the box turtles and all stopped when there was no traffic. If I'm going on the back roads or whatever, I have stopped and put them on the other side of the road. Makes me feel better. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. But everybody has to watch out for those crossing the road. Please don't hit them if you can possibly.
I agree. Yeah.
You know, if it's at all possible for you to avoid them, please do avoid them. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That was it, man.
Okay.
And woman. Or people.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sounds like
sounds good.
like a plan. You have a great.
Oh my gosh, a date! It's a date, guys.
Okay. Sounds like a great date. All right.
All right.
Take care.
Be safe.
All right. You too.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. All right.
Okay.
That was TFC.
Yeah.
No,
Or
FTC.
FTC. Yeah.
My
Sounds like-
dyslexia is coming up.
No, you're good. But it sounds like a bureau of the federal government. It's like the FTC. It's like the FCC.
Yeah,
We have the
FTC is going to give us a call.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that.
Yes. Yeah.
I like that. Okay.
Kind of
So
adds
it's official.
Yeah.
FTC. All right. Lines again are open at 434-394-0924 on this Thursday. Lots of sunshine. Going to see a high around 74 degrees. This is Chris Wood with you, along with Noah Massage. And we've got a few more minutes left to go on the show
You
for today.
mentioned you might see a movie this weekend. Do you have any idea what you might go see, or just
I have no idea what's on.
Playing
I'll
at
have
the
to.
theater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday they change the billings of what's going on. You know, they change the movies.
Showings
So,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. So I'll have to check
Yeah.
on that just to see what's going on because I really can't do any gardening. You know, all that kind of stuff. So. But I did all that. I changed, my sheets, and I watered all the plants. I filled up all the hummingbird feeders. I have one pair of hummingbirds. And usually if I'm lucky, I'll get up to 6 because I'm just, in the woods. But they come back every year. So I've got 3 feeders out and so they can go to various ones. But, inevitably, those little rascals will fight over one feeder. When one goes to feed, the other one has to chase them off. They got 3 feeders there, to choose from.
Yeah.
But
they just want to fight over the same one. Crazy.
Yeah, they do. I don't know why, but they're. Noah's got his
Is that funny?
WFLO baseball cap on and his headphones, and he went to put his headphones up.
I was scratching my ear.
You were scratching your ear. That's funny.
Scratching a little bit, and then
No, I'm
put 'em
going to
up.
take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's funny. All right, it's 8:55.
Yeah, 5 minutes left.
All right, we'll check out some birthdays here, celebrity birthdays.
Phone lines are open 434-394-0924. So
Okay. On this date, let me get the right mouse here. We'll go down. Singer Morrissey turned 65 today. And let's see, his fun fact is, well, it doesn't, let's see. It doesn't give him a fun fact. No, fun fact. His middle name is Patrick.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you like Morrissey or the Smiths?
Not really.
No.
Let's see. Singer Johnny Gill turns 58. He was originally from Washington, D.C. And we have Sean Gunn, who turns 51. He's set to portray comic villain Maxwell Lord in the upcoming Superman film. Can't wait to see that. Actress Jennifer Goodwin turns 47 today. Let's see who else. Maggie Q turns 46. She once appeared as a guest judge on Project Runway. And other birthdays. Let's see if I can get this up here. Actor-director Richard Benjamin is 87 today. Wow. Actor Frank Converse is 87. Actor Barbara Parkins of Peyton Place and Valley of the Dolls, she's 83. Songwriter Bernie Taupin, 75 today. Actor Al Corley of Dynasty is 70. Actor Ann Cusack of the Jeff Foxworthy Show and A League of Their Own is 64. Bassist Dana Williams of Diamond Rio, 64 years old today. Guitarist Jesse Valenzuela of the Gin Blossoms is 63. Actor Mark Christopher Lawrence of Chuck, that's Chuck, I think it said Chuck. Chuck is 61. Bassist Dan Roberts of Crash Test Dummies, 58. Actor Brooke Smith of Grey's Anatomy and The Silence of the Lambs is 58 today. Actor Michael Kelly of House of Cards is 56. Actor Anna Belknap of CSI New York is 53. Singer Donnell Jones, 52. Actor A.J. Langer of Private Practice is 51. Singer Vivian Green is 46. Actor Molly Ephraim of Last Man Standing is 39. And that's about it. That's about all I want to say there. It's all right, 8:59. We've got less than a minute.
All right, Chris. Well, I'll see you Monday.
Are you leaving tomorrow? You're not going to be here tomorrow.
I'll be here in the morning.
In the morning?
But, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Where is it in Maryland you're going?
Bel Air.
Bel Air.
Yeah, that's where all the gun violence and the mafia is. Right? At least first-time caller seems to think so.
Well.
Anyways.
Anyway, we'll be glad to hear a report from you on.
That's going to be fun. Yeah.
On Monday.
It's just going to be a long day, but.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
Be safe. Yeah, be safe.
Thank
and
you,
have
Chris.
a good time.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Have a good time.
The one thing I'm a little I'm a little worried about is Katie going to backseat drive while I'm driving? That's the ultimate question. We'll find out Monday.
We'll find out on Monday.
No, I don't think so. But it is a slight concern in my head. It's
Okay.
But
yes, I've had that experience myself.
Yeah, it's not fun. It makes you a worse driver when somebody backseat drives you, especially when they're constantly checking your shoulder.
Or putting their foot down on the floor, asking you to brake.
Yeah, and heavily sighing.
Yeah.
And, rolling their eyes while I'm driving safe. I don't know. But anyways,
should be a good show on Monday.
All right.
Everybody have a great weekend, or a great day, I should say. And I'll be talking at you tomorrow along with John State.
Bye.